Hey guys, out here still on the lake now. This is the second setup I'm doing for the same wedding, obviously here. We're doing the outdoor setup for these guys under a big tent, as you can see here. Normally when you do these outdoor setups, little tip for you guys, try to set up in the most inconspicuous place. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is try not to be in people's way. Try to make sure that you can get in and out of the show quickly, especially if you're doing a double setup. I'm doing one indoors and I'm doing this one outdoors for the guys for the actual ceremony itself. So I want to try to find a position where I'm least likely to be spotted by people, but I can also see them. Kind of a strange thing. I always try to take the back of the room. I know that's a strange thing when you're doing sound. It's sort of the opposite. You want to actually sort of be in front of them so that you can get a better sound check. What you have to do is a room test before anybody gets in here. I'm about an hour away from the actual ceremony itself, so I'm able to do that. Make sure that I get a good sound check here underneath this tent. Make sure that it's balanced well, it's not too loud, and that the speakers are up enough, high enough off the speaker stand so that it's not blasting anybody in their ear. I'm not running a actual sound for the actual minister to do his thing. Although we probably should, because just so it's not actually out there as I thought it would be. But we're also, as you can see, we're fighting wind. And I don't care what kind of screen puffer you put on there, on your microphones, you're still going to get the wind howling through. And just a lot of EQing. It's not that I don't want to go above and beyond for my customers. I certainly want to do that. It's just I also don't want to make things worse, especially if they're doing video, and if they hear whistling through my PA system, I think that looks bad. I'd like to lessen those two things. If it absolutely comes to it, I do have a wireless microphone on hand, ready to go, with a windscreen on it. If they elect, I'll certainly just pull it out and let them use it. But other than that, I'm not going to suggest anything unless I feel like the minister were just not able to hear him clear enough. So anyway, I can go on and on about that, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to finish getting set up. My second setup, you guys can see the ceremony as well, which is obvious. I love those too. When you actually get to the ceremony, do the show, it makes me feel more connected with my bride and groom and the party as well. So we'll see you guys in the next clip, and we'll show you the setup we're going to be using out here. All right, guys, just about set up over here. I want you guys to check this out. I tell you, sometimes when things just line up, they line up for the good. I tell you, this is the second wedding I've done this week, and I'm looking at another perfect wedding coming up today. So I tell you that because earlier I was talking just a few minutes ago about the whole thing setting up in the wind and the puffer. The wind's blowing in the opposite direction of where the actual ceremony, so it's actually blowing toward us. So obviously the microphone is set here. You don't hear the stuff. I'm still going to put a puffer on, but a windscreen. I call them puffers, but I'm still going to put a windscreen on. But I tell you, it is beautiful. Oh, you hear that sound? It sounds good. I love the way that sounds. I'm just using just a small system today. I'm using my cheap audio technique that I use generally for your karaoke's and little stuff like this. If it was, like I said, professional audio where I was actually trying to run sound for a band or a speaker that was, I'm not saying efficient is not a professional speaker, but something that's going to be long lasting where I really need some really great audio. This is outdoors, and when you're outdoors EQing, outdoors is outdoors. There's not a whole lot you can do besides turn up the bass, turn down the bass, turn up the treble, turn down treble. You're not doing anything else fancy. So I got this Behringer board I'll have you guys take a look at here real quick. It's got the sweepable mids on it and everything. One I showed you before if you saw the karaoke gig log. If not, just take a look at the TC Riley karaoke gig log. It's the same setup that I use there. And this Behringer board, audio techniques. My laptop will go up there to run the music for the actual ceremony. And, of course, I'm using customs this time. I don't know what I was using before. It might have been these, I'm not for sure. But using just the old 15-inch customs. Sound decent from outside. I always try to set it up the furthest away from the audience, of course. Yeah, it means you got to throw it a little bit harder, turn up the gain. Yes, I understand that. But also, you, from your own point of view, get to hear what the audience hears. And it's a nice thing when you set the speaker behind you at an outdoor show when you're running sound. so that you can hear what the audience hears, and you'll know if it's too loud or not loud enough. It's the best thing than not having it in front of you, because obviously the optimal place to run audio would be right here, where you can actually hear the entire room. But if you can hear some of the room, that's better than none of the room. So that's why I sent the speakers further past me and set my PA board right there, and of course the wireless mic right here for the efficient. So this is going to be the wedding, guys. We'll let you guys take a look at more video footage here a little bit later on. You get to see, of course, the wedding party coming down, and you'll get to see me back there running the audio. I'll try to be as quiet as I can. Hi, how are you? She's like, who's this guy talking to? There's nobody here but himself. It's YouTube. Say hi. She's like, I don't want to be on video. But we'll see you guys in the next clip.